Hey guys, I just wanted to run this video. Today is the day after the Vegas shootings, which obviously is like horrific beyond belief. There are no words. And of course, as I was keeping up with everything this morning, I couldn't help but think about, as I'm sure a lot of people did, just how we take so much for granted. I mean, we really do, right? Every single day we wake up, we might roll our eyes about certain things that we have to do, or just feel impatient about whatever time we're waiting to pass. And we take so much for granted, and we probably all know that. So I was just thinking about, like, what do we really waste time on, and like mentally specifically, like what do we waste mental energy on? And of course, at the top of the list would be worry. We waste so much mental energy on worry, but like also what specifically? And I know from like being a coach and with people that I coach, we waste so much time on just like worrying about what other people think about us. And I know that from being coached myself too. Like I can really relate to that. Anytime I would talk to my mentors about where I was just worried about people thinking about where I'm not, maybe I'm not hitting certain goals or I'm not where I want to be. And I was just so worried about like what people would think about that. And they would tell me the same thing every single time, which was you and every single other person that I coach is worried about that. You guys are all focused on yourselves. You're all focused on like where you're not, but what other people will think about like where you're not, when like nobody's thinking about that except for you. So like the worry is completely baseless. And now that I am a coach myself, I really very much see that. I see people worry about what other, not just where they're not, but what other people will think about where they're not. As if everybody's just walking around, just thinking about you and just all the things that you want to accomplish and that you haven't accomplished them yet. Well, guess what? Nobody's walking around thinking about that except for you. So that's a good thing, right? Maybe you want to be the center of attention, but like the fact that that is going on or not going on, that's a good thing. That means that there's no reason for you to worry about that yourself then. And I had to realize that for sure. And it was a very helpful thought process when I truly was convinced by my coaches that everybody else was thinking the exact same thing. Therefore, nobody was walking around thinking about where I'm not. And it was very liberating to me to not waste any more mental energy on that. So I wanted to share that with you guys, and hopefully you can benefit from the same thing. I'm not sure if you can relate to worrying about those things, but people aren't walking around thinking about where you're not. You're the only one that's doing that. So, like, it's okay to not spend any more mental energy on that at all, and to genuinely just pat yourself on the back on where you are, focus on where you want to be, but that nobody else is thinking about that. You're the only one. Hopefully that's as liberating as an idea that it was to me when I realized I was spending a lot of mental energy on that. So I thought about that as I was thinking about how precious like time is, based on everything that's been going on recently. So certainly God bless to anybody that's been affected by everything that's going on in Vegas. And I hope you guys have a great night and that the message, helps out a little bit. Thanks, guys.